10-minute talk show. It is a talk show that is 10 minutes in length. I've never heard you. That's Molly Davis. That's the Molly Davis Band, Sonny Jam. That's what that is. I just called you with that. That's not fair. You're a person. You're a human. You're a band. It was unfair. And
While I'm here, though, I feel like a band.
You feel like a band? Well, you should. You have things.
Currently, I'm like a smorgasbord of it.
You have the musical talent of about 5 people.
This one, I got this one here.
Oh, you really are a band.
I was gonna bring my violin, but then I was like, I look crazy, so.
You are Dick Van Dyke in Mary Poppins.
Aw, thank you.
Right? He's got the thing, he's got a drum, and he's got that fantastic British accent.
Yeah.
Are we rolling? Let's roll. Hi, everybody. It's April 3rd. What a great day that is to be alive. Three in it. Oh, it's so good. And I gotta say, on this day in history, in 1981, it was actually the very first time they debuted the Osborne 1, the first portable computer they ever made. It was about the size of 3 VCRs, it was about 12 pounds, and apparently later that day, what happened was, when they debuted it in San Francisco, everybody stared at it during lunch and ignored their friends. So that's... That was a clunky joke. I did not have confidence in that joke at all, and you chuckled. Did you really?
It was clunky, but not as clunky as whatever that name of that computer was.
Oh! And then, apparently, on April 4th, that's just when they send the very first dick pixel. I went too far. I got cocky. See what I did there? That was the right theme for that. Let's get to a guest then. Let's just end there and get to a guest. They're doing some fantastic work. The first thing they did was they actually took a bunch of VHS tapes out of the landfill and recycled them properly, and now they have a brand new project in where they're doing the same work for expired baby seats. For Red Propeller, please welcome Graham Lewis. Graham Lewis! Good to see you. Look at you wearing a nice shirt. Is crisp. Do you have an iron? Good God.
Yeah, I wish I did. No.
You don't own, you look like you own an iron.
No, it was a rough day.
You look like the kind of guy who owns an iron.
Nope.
That's a pretty good compliment, I must say.
I think so. They're rare these days.
I gotta say, I love the work you're doing. I genuinely do. I have a big box of dusty VHS tapes, which I've given you, by the way. I don't know if
Did we charge you for them?
You did not. No, I gave you a
Damn,
big box.
first mistake.
So tell us a little bit about what you did with all these expired VHS tapes. There's about 1 billion of them in Ontario,
There's
right?
about a bit. So rewind back to when we first met, and did you get that? Like that? Rewind.
Rocking it tonight with
And so we're the only company in the world to recycle VHS tapes, and we still continue to be, and we now employ 3 people who have barriers to employment, and we thought, what can we do to keep growing? And the next obvious thing, if you can't get them at the grave, let's get them at birth. Fast forward, baby seats. Child car safety seats.
Oh, we are dealing with a professional. I told you he owned an iron. That's a guy who owns an iron. It's pretty good. No, it's really amazing because there's 1 billion VHS tapes. You're getting rid of them. Now you're moving on to something bigger and better. So tell us how we can help out with this.
Well, what we do is we social impact recycling. So VHS tapes are going to landfill. We thought that was really wrong, and what can we do with them? So now we strip them completely down. And then we thought, what's the next natural thing? And it was child car safety seats, because there's 250,000 child safety seats.
It's a weird, jagged logic, but
yeah,
it's still plastic.
Well, believe it, it's polypropylene
Right.
and things like that. So it's made from roughly the same stuff and high-impact plastic, and it's extremely valuable where you need hundreds of VHS tapes to equal the value of the weight of a safety seat. So we figured we'll make more money this way.
Right.
And that's always a good thing.
Because it's funny, when I was watching Twister on VHS, I did think, I need my baby to be safer. I was thinking that. So I know where your brain is going, right?
Well, yeah, we go after the grandparents. I think we're on the same wavelength.
I think we are.
That was kind of a pun, but we'll let that one slide.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you. You're very kind. Well, I'm not going to be kind to you because it's time for 10 quick questions. Let's do this. 10 quick questions.
Oh, it's out of tune. Let's not do it today.
We're not doing the theme song?
Well,
These people are going to be crushed. They want to hear the theme song.
I got it.
Yeah, we got a theme song. We're going to use it.
It wasn't out of tune. 10 quick questions about nothing.
Worth it. Worth it. It costs us $10,000 every time we play it.
I'm a very expensive
so this is very
songwriter.
simple. You answer questions however you want. Don't overthink it. Molly decides if you're right or wrong, and depending on your answer, the audience gets dinosaur cookies. Hello. So don't screw this up. They are going to turn on you.
Pressure's
you and
on.
your charming accent and iron shirt. All right, here we go.
Pressure's on.
Here's your first questions. What is longer to watch, Titanic on VHS or watching the actual Titanic sink?
Watching the actual Titanic sink.
Truth, apparently. There you go.
Actually true.
Be Kind, Rewind, starring Jack Black and Mos Def, is a good movie. True or false?
False.
You knew that? He had that right in the tip of his tongue. My parents used to own a gadget shaped like a red sports car, and its sole purpose was to rewind VHS tapes. True or false?
False.
So true. It's actually true. You didn't know that, but it's true. They had a car, and all it did was rewind tapes. It was ridiculous. Speaking of wasting plastic. Okay, Baby Seat is an underrated song by the Bare Naked Ladies. True or false?
Actually, false.
Apparently you're
That's
right.
so unknowledgeable today.
Number 5, the Speedos that men's Olympic divers wear covers what percentage of their bodies?
2%.
Sounds
That
right.
sounds about right, actually. Chess should be an Olympic sport. True or false?
True.
All right, sure, let's go with that. Why not? The audience does not agree at all, but that's fine.
They've gone strangely
the
quiet.
power.
Turned on us. The people are walking out. Okay, we lost them forever. All right. The Dark Knight or Toy Story 2, what's a better sequel?
Dark Knight 2.
That is not a movie that exists. Technically, it's not a movie, so that's why she's being hard on you. So there you go. And finally, name a VHS movie that you kept for yourself instead of recycling.
Sure. Jaws.
Oh, you know, that's fair. That's fair. That's good enough. Please, redpropeller.com is where they're going to go, right? Please go to
Absolutely,
redpropeller.com.
thank you.
Give them your baby seats. Give them your VHS tapes. You're not using them, for God's sake. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, Graham Lewis of Red Propeller. Thank you so much for being here. I have ended interviews weirder, but that was in fact a weird one. I'd like to bring out your next guest. She's so delightful. We've known each other for a few years now, and I find her so wonderful as a person and as a comedian. You can check her out at the Winnipeg Comedy Fest this April, and you can check her out right now. She's Robby Hoffman. Robby Hoffman! Look at them, they're ready for you.
Oh, what an audience. I love this is a pretend mic. Everything, it's all TV. The magic of television. We're all pretending now. No, it's great to be back in Canada. I recently moved to Los Angeles, and I grew up in Crown Heights, Brooklyn, New York. If anybody else grew up Hasidic without a childhood, let me know. And then we moved to Montreal, and I've been in Toronto for 3.5 years before moving to LA. So I've been around, and I think that you learn a lot looking at the institutions of a major city. You learn a lot about the city off the top if you're ever new to a city. For instance, you look at their schools, hospitals, you know, like, for instance, the Children's Hospital in New York, the Long Island College Children's Hospital. Beautiful. Beautiful, I know exactly what it does. In Montreal, Centre de Jeunesse. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that a beautiful name for a hospital? Center of Youth. In Toronto, it's just sick kids. A little insensitive for a Canadian city. I don't know. I remember driving to Toronto. I see this enormous building, sick kids right on top there. I turned to my friend Natalie. What is this? So that's the kids' hospital right there. That's how we do it. We don't sugarcoat anything here. They file in the back just like that. What are the patients called? Sickos? I don't know. But yeah, we have any men here tonight? You have to ask. 2017. Thank you for coming forward. So brave. Thank you. So brave. I know you've had a hard year. Yeah. Don't worry. You'll get through this wave of feminism just like all the others. Don't even worry about it. No, because men have some serious problems right now. You know, I had a guy telling me, you know, that he has this micro penis. And he has to come out much like I came out as a lesbian. Sorry for any of you. Real heartbreaker over here. I gave him the micro penis. That's what happened. He had a normal sized penis and then it shriveled when he saw me. But he has to he was on a date and he had to talk to somebody and really come forward that, by the way, if they're going to continue on, he's got this micro penis. Very hard for him. Micro penis? I got no penis. You can't imagine what I'm crushing. You honestly... With a little bit of penis, who knows what I could do? Who knows? I'm Robby Hoffman. Thank you so much.
You're so living. That's Robby Hoffman right there. So they're good. And that's 10-Minute Talk Show. Good night. You landed that? Are you kidding me?